right, mic check. 1, 2, 3. Mic check. 1, 2, 3. All right, man. Good evening. Happy Saturday night. Happy WrestleMania night number 1. What's going on, man? G here of Into the Squared Circle podcast, where we talk about all things professional wrestling. Man, here we are. WrestleMania night number 1 just concluded in a very, man, how about that ending? Well, my predictions were not right this time. I got to say, man, Randy Orton lost. Did not win the World Heavyweight Championship or the Undisputed Heavyweight Championship, however you want to look at it. I was quite surprised, man. I think a lot of people were a little disappointed there that Cody Rhodes won, but we will get to it in a couple minutes. But hey, thank you for watching me live right here on X, live on Twitch, live on YouTube, right here at Into the Squared Circle podcast. We talk about all things professional wrestling, of course. And since we're live on here, happy WrestleMania weekend. We are here finally. And yeah, man, if you're a first-time viewer, give me a follow, subscribe right here on social media. As always, share with your friends. And by the way, take the podcast to go. Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. All you have to do is type into the Squared Circle podcast. All right, very good. Now let's get right into the WrestleMania post-show here. And before I continue on here, I have a live X or live Twitter poll right now. Go on right now and vote your thoughts on WrestleMania night number 1 as general. But I will go ahead and put a poll on here as well. Live on X, live on Twitch, and live on YouTube. So if you cannot participate on Twitter, you can participate here live on the live stream. Your thoughts, your opinions on WrestleMania night number 1. Man, it was a very loaded show. Let's get into action here. But before we get there, there was a lot of action. There was a lot of action that went down prior to WrestleMania, or at least outside of the WWE. We had Josh Barnett closing his doors on Bloodsport Wrestling. He decided to close up shop with the Bloodsport Wrestling, of course. We have Thekla, your AEW Women's World Champion, attacking Stardom president, or whatever you want to call him, the president of the females brand Stardom. Thekla showed up there, attacked him in Las Vegas. We saw very scary news. Cora Jade, who allegedly got assaulted by a fan at WrestleCon. So a lot of crazy stuff happening outside. Oh, by the way, the Sandman, ECW original Sandman, lost his retirement match against the Invincible Man. I can't make this shit up. Anyway, so a lot's going around the professional wrestling in Las Vegas, but let's get into night number 1 of WrestleMania. Let's break through the card, all the matches. If you haven't watched WrestleMania night 1, you can stop here on the live stream and go back and watch it. But if you watch it, let's go through it really quickly here on a Saturday night here. So let's get right into WrestleMania night number 1. Let's get through the card matches here. Now, of course, I cannot play the video courtesy of copyright rules on YouTube. You know, we can't have that, right? Anyway, let's get into WrestleMania night number 1 here. And here is the results coming straight from the source of wikipedia.com, because I can't remember shit here. So let's get into the first match, of course, featured on the free edition of WrestleMania, which was on ESPN2. So, of course, the first match was going to be the Usos. It's going to tag team up against LA Knight. Yeah, it's going to went toe-to-toe against the Vision, which is Logan Paul and Austin Theory and ISHO Speed. Now, I failed to mention John Cena is your host for WrestleMania. And again, I'm not used to seeing John Cena in a suit and tie in the middle of the ring, all right? I'm used to seeing Cena in his jorts, you know, doing this, had his flag, it says one last final time. And we got a very well-groomed, suited up John Cena to host WrestleMania, right? A little awkward, right? Too soon, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, your thoughts, your opinions in the comment section throughout the live stream here. But it was great to see John Cena looking good as always. A sharp dressed man, as ZZ Top will say. By the way, let's talk about the production, the WWE production, top class, top in the world. You cannot say WWE WrestleMania production is top tier. I mean, you had a freaking blimp with Snickers on it. You had a blimp with Danhausen on it. You had a blimp flying around the arena. Yeah, I love the camera shots. I love the drone shots. I love anything production WWE does. It looks fantastic. Now, as I was watching WrestleMania night number one tonight, as an old school wrestling fan like myself, I question myself. I question stuff myself is, man, there's a lot of stuff, as a kid growing up, I kind of wish it was still around when it comes to WrestleMania. And of course, and by the way, next year's WrestleMania, spoiler alert, Saudi Arabia. So if you're planning on hopping on a plane and heading to Saudi Arabia, God bless you. But they're heading out to United States next year for WrestleMania. I posted a tweet on there, thumbs down. I'm not happy about it, but who gives a shit, right? I guess unless you plan on going out to Saudi Arabia. So they confirmed that was happening. And I thought about that throughout WrestleMania tonight or this evening. I'm like, man, I remember when every year for WrestleMania, they used to announce the next year's WrestleMania. And they've been stopped doing that for quite some time. Of course, they couldn't wait to tell the whole world they're going to Saudi Arabia. And of course, in the pre-show match, or not the pre-show, at least like the countdown show, they talked about the WrestleMania sets throughout the years. And yeah, of course, WrestleMania 1 all the way up to what? WrestleMania 13. They had a curtain. That's it. That's all they had the big fancy stages, they had some few pyro. And of course, like WrestleMania 14 and beyond, they started getting stage and bigger production, bigger lights, bigger pyro, bigger stadiums. And, I kind of miss the old getting creative with the stage set design, right? When they were in Orlando, Florida, they had the roller coasters and the big giant globe. That was pretty badass. And now they have LED screens for these WrestleManias or these big PLEs. And I understand that's the standard when it comes to live entertainment, live concerts one night. LEDs are, of course, the modern day stage and designs. And I mean, look, there was some pretty cool stuff tonight. For example, the Randy Orton entrance with the big viper slithering around the stage. Okay, that was pretty cool. But if there's some things I miss out of the WrestleMania element, the fancy set designs. I miss those. I mean, all the pay-per-views, man. Anyway, by the way, production was great. God bless America. Great, beautiful. I love the choir on stage. Fantastic. Looks good, man. Looks good. You had celebrities around ringside like usual. Let's get into business here. Match number one. As I mentioned, the Usos tag teamed up with LA Knight. LA Knight came out in that fancy Ram truck with the LA Knight plastered around the truck. Pretty badass. The crowd was into it. I enjoyed the hell of it. Of course, we had the Vision, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory coming out with a very special, if you want to call it special, a flag they had planted that popped right down, copying MJF, a little flag they do. And I Show Speed looks, I Show Speed, man. They talked about this, in the post show, like, what's so special about him? Why do we have a content YouTube creator in the ring, right? Well, they explained, the reason why they have him. He's the most popular online streamer, blah, 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 has the most followers. That's the reason why we have him. Whatever. They explained to everyone who was watching on the countdown show, because again, you have a lot of casual wrestling fans watching, right? Maybe you got a lot of people or TikTok viewers, because look, there's a lot of people I know that follows the WWE just off social media alone. So anyway, let me pull up this file here really quickly here from this match. Of course, the big moment in this match this evening, excuse me, was IShowSpeed here. Let me put up the clip here, courtesy of WWE.com. IShowSpeed. And let me go ahead and put this up here really quickly here. Let's show up. Nope, wrong one. There we go. Look at that clip. That beautiful camera shot of IShowSpeed doing a frog splash off the turnbuckle right onto the announce table. Now you're going to ask, why is IShowSpeed jumping on Logan Paul? Long story short, the Usos and LA Knight defeated Logan Paul and Austin Theory alongside with IShowSpeed. Now, after the match, the Vision were a little pissed off with IShowSpeed. They're like, you screwed it up, man. What the hell? It's your fault. So I guess LA Knight and the Usos came back in to allegedly save IShowSpeed in this match, or at least after the match. And they pretty much told IShowSpeed, like, all right, hey man, if they're pissed off at you, hey, go ahead, man. We'll help you out, and we can, lay out Logan Paul's ass. And that's what they did. They laid out Logan Paul's ass, put him on right there. You see in that photo, right on the announce table, and they allowed IShowSpeed to get his WrestleMania moment this evening by climbing top of the turnbuckle and give a little bit of that frog splash off the turnbuckle. I love the camera, the drone shot going around, flying around him. Pretty badass. Jumping, crashing through the table. Again, a little WrestleMania moment this evening of IShowSpeed taking out Logan Paul right on the table. WrestleMania night number 1, part of the free section on ESPN 2. All right. So what's your thoughts about this match? Did you enjoy this match? Were you happy with the results of the Usos and LA Knight defeating Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and IShowSpeed? Were you guys happy with the results? I don't know. Your thoughts, your opinions. Was this good? I don't know. I mean, it was okay. A beer break. Playing with my kids. I was more focused on, just spending time with my kids. And until I saw this WrestleMania moment, and I'm like, all right, well, we'll check it out. So, I mean, it is what it is. And I see why they put IShowSpeed in the ESPN2, the free section of WrestleMania, because he is a well-known, I guess, online social media celebrity. And I think the young fans out there who might see him in the ring, like, hey, I know IShowSpeed. I watch him on, I don't know, fucking MySpace. Holy shit, why he's in WrestleMania? Boy, I got to buy ESPN Unlimited to watch WrestleMania. I don't know. I'm just making up shit here. I don't know. Your thoughts, your opinions on the first free match on ESPN2 to kick off WrestleMania. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Do you give a rat's ass? Your opinions matter. Not mine. Yours. All right. Up next, Jacob Fatu, the werewolf. Let's get this off here really quickly here. Jacob Fatu went toe-to-toe. By the way, the whole Flaming Crew. By the way, this is an unsanctioned match. WWE is not part of this match. They're not responsible. What could happen? But they provide some Samoans flipping some flames on the stick, courtesy of WWE. Just letting you know. Drew McIntyre came out with the big ass giant sword. Again, unsanctioned match. Anything could happen. It could be the most disgusting, the most vile match ever. I mean, that's what unsanctioned comes to my mind. Now, of course, this unsanctioned match is not a AEW style unsanctioned match, like guys stapling each other on the forehead. There were no thumbtacks. They didn't set each other on fire. They didn't put each other in the body bag. You know, you had Drew McIntyre whipping up a cell phone, stabbing Jacob Fatu with his own cell phone and taking a selfie. What else? He had we had a 916 Craftsman Tools wrench came out of toolbox, got used. Okay, if you're a handyman out there, a plumber out there who's a big fan of Craftsman Tools, and we got some tables. That's Slim Jim tables. That's exciting, right? Talk about violence. A Slim Jim table. It's great to see that. We got some chairs, right? Classic chairs. So yeah. Anyway, long story short, you see that photo right there? Well, you guys saw Jacob Fatu taking out Drew McIntyre by putting his ass through a table, pinning his ass 1, 2, 3 for the win, and a whopping 14 minutes and 10 seconds of a match, if you give a rat's ass, on time. Your thoughts, your opinions on Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu. Was it good? Was it bad? Did you enjoy it? Did you care? There's a poll right there on your screen. Or drop it in the comment section, man. I'd love to put your voices live on X, live on YouTube, and live on Twitch as well. Was this a great second opening match of WrestleMania? Was it good? Your thoughts, your opinions, live on social media. Cheers, man. So there we go, man. 2 matches down. And we got what we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 more matches to go. All right. So we're, by the way, WrestleMania finishing before 9 o'clock Central Time. Not bad, right? Not bad. More beers for me. So pretty damn cool. We got a WrestleMania done before 9 p.m. Again, there's another thing back in the day. WrestleMania used to end like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night on a Sunday. You had to go to school the next day. You had to go to work the next day. Now WrestleMania is on a Saturday and it's done before 9 p.m. What the hell? What's the fun out of that? All right, let's move on here. They were promoting. All right, WrestleMania is going off ESPN. Buy ESPN Plus to watch WrestleMania. Fuck you. I'm not buying shit. So I hop on my VPN, hopped on my Netflix, and my Netflix said, ain't working today, brother. I'm like, you son of a bitch. So my VPN decided that did not want to work with my Netflix. I'm like, motherfucker. So guess what? I hop on Hulu Live Plus, and I had a 3-day free trial. Okay, cool. I signed up for a 3-day trial. I can watch WrestleMania. So I have to cancel in 3 days. So I picked it up, my friends. I picked it up for Hulu Live Television to watch the next match live for WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas, Nevada. The next match here, by the way, we had, former WWE Women's Champion, spoiler alert, Nia Jax, Lash Legend, by the way, came down as the Women's Tag Team Champions. Had another competition of Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. By the way, I love those ladies. Was the whole stage entrance, the butterfly looks pretty badass. Great to see Bayley, Lyra Valkyria tag team up. So we have 3 teams heading out there. Now comes the Bella Twins, and I'm like, beer break. But I'm like, hold on. I feel like there's something about to happen special. And I posted right on Twitter, right off the bat. And the Bella Twins. So one of the Bellas, I guess, was hurt. She had a boot cast on her feet. She had a crutch in her arms. And the other Bella Twin, who was healthy, clean, ready to fight, she's like, well, you can see my sister's hurt. And, I can't go down there by myself. So I called up a friend. Now, What I'm about to tell you, I mean, some of you guys watch WrestleMania, so you already know who was the mystery partner for the other Bella. And we have the returning surprise of Paige. I know, right? Paige returned. That's badass. A WrestleMania moment, a surprise moment. Now, I did saw on social media today, and I took it with a grain of salt on social media today. I took it with a grain of salt. Now, Paige or Saraya, she was supposed to be featured at it was like a WrestleCon signing. Okay. A WrestleCon signing. And they posted on this menu board of her name, of course, Saraya, canceled next to her name. That was posted on social media. And people had, those emoji eyeballs like, oh, hmm. And I saw that. And I'm like, yeah, this social media, I take it with a grain of salt. I don't see Saraya showing up in WWE. Well, I kicked myself in the balls, literally, because now I realize, well, holy shit, they really got Paige. And you want a bigger shocker? My wife was upstairs with me, and she walked by, and I told my wife, like, holy shit, they just won the tag team titles. I'm like, okay. Not only they brought back Paige, but she won the tag team titles with the Bella twins. Talk about a WrestleMania moment. I did not see this coming. Holy shit. Let's look at this photo here, courtesy of WWE.com. Here we go. Look at that photo, man. Paige, the Bella twins, or at least one half of the Bella twins. New tag team champions. What? Wow. I did not expect that. And I'm not a dirt sheet writer. I'm not a dirt sheet corresponder. We'll let the fine people out there like the Sean Ross Sapps and all those guys can take care of those stories. I'm just really surprised that she won the titles with the Bellas. And I'm not sure what that means for her status in the WWE. I assume I don't know if she signed a temporary contract, a short-term contract. Like, I don't know. But whatever happened fast. Especially when she was at a WrestleCon signing, they canceled her right off the bat. This must happen. Like, I wonder if this is like a CM Punk deal where they had lawyers on the phone like 24 hours, 48 hours. Like, I cannot wait for the documentary or Unreal to happen in the coming months about how this happened. Like, if there's something I'm really curious about as a fan, I really want to know how this came about. Did Triple H reach out to her? Just like, hey, who's in Las Vegas right now that's doing autograph signings, that's ready, that makes sense, that could fit in the fold to join the Bellas? You know what? Kudos to the WWE. They made the right choice. And you know why they made the right choice? Because Paige came out of this, I don't know if you want to call this the Divas era of the WWE, when they have the Divas title. Paige, Sasha Banks, a.k.a. Mercedes Moné, the Bella twins. Absolutely incredible. So it was great to see Paige make her return back to the WWE. Tag team them up with the Bella twins. It's incredible. A great WrestleMania moment. And the next question is going to be maybe the or at least the Raw after WrestleMania. What's next for them? Could Charlotte Flair and what's her name? Alexa Bliss, could a future title shot down the road? Maybe. Could Nia Jax and Lash Legend come back for revenge? for the tag team titles. Again, anything could happen. It's the WWE. We know we got Backlash in Tampa next month. I know we got to think ahead here because we talked about this my previous prediction. They got to think ahead here. The next story, because again, the Raw after WrestleMania, it's a new season, new storylines. It's a quick reset in the WWE. If you're a longtime wrestling fan, you know the Raw after WrestleMania is a reset, a brand new season. So we see right there, Paige and the Bellas become new tag team champions. And now the next question is going to be, what's next for them? Who's going to come for the tag team titles? And yeah, man, this is very interesting. Very interesting. Something I haven't seen coming. So congrats to Paige. Congrats to the Bella Twins. Become the new tag team champions. So very cool. Great WrestleMania moment. Something as myself as a fan did not see coming. By the way, your thoughts and your opinions on this surprise, on this match alone. Did you enjoy the Fatal 4-Way women's tag team match? And look, I wasn't sure if one half of the Bella Twins, if she was not hurt, I wasn't sure how would this match be without the Paige. If Paige never came, how would this match be? Again, multiple bathroom and beer breaks for me. But with Paige returning, it got me to sat on my ass and not go anywhere and watch this match. And all four teams, man, they bust their ass off. And again, a great WrestleMania moment. Your thoughts, your opinions in the comment section, live on YouTube, Twitch, and on X. And if you're joining me right now, we're talking about night number 1 of WrestleMania post show. We just plopped into match number 3 here. And we're going to move on to the next women's match here, which was pretty predictable. A kind of good feeling that these ladies, or at least the outcome of this match, was going to happen. And it was Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee. Now, by the way, the Bella and Paige match was 8 minutes and 35 seconds. A pretty quick match here. The Becky Lynch and AJ Lee 8-minute match here, of course, as well. Fairly not too short. I mean, I guess you could say 8 minutes was pretty short, I guess. And let's look at this clip here, courtesy of WWE.com here. Becky Lynch, AJ Lee went to war. Their version of their war. These ladies just whooping each other's around the ring. So there's some spots, but that's in the next match after this one. But the big championship change here, another one, right? A second second championship change in WrestleMania of WrestleMania 42. So 2 championship changes, and of course the clip here, courtesy of WWE.com, big time Becky Lynch. See right there, pick up the title. The Intercontinental Women's Champion defeated AJ Lee this evening at WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas, Nevada. Not California, Nevada. And yeah, man, it's pretty predictable. I kind of had a good sense this might happen. Now, again, we talk about the future. Right? I hate the what ifs bullshit, right? What if AJ Lee faced the fabulous Moolah? No, none of that shit. I'm talking about the future here. What's next for AJ Lee? That's my question. What's next for her? Is she's done? Is her contract up? She made it to WrestleMania. She dropped the title. Is she's done? Is there more AJ Lee down the road? We don't know. Again, all the answers will be, or I should say, all the questions should be answered this coming Monday for the Raw after WrestleMania. So, again, congrats to Becky Lynch. If she's your pick, and hopefully you're happy with the results. But if you're not happy about AJ Lee losing her title, Sound off in the comment section down below. Your thoughts, your opinions on this match, your thoughts on Becky Lynch winning back the Intercontinental Championship. So, your thoughts and your opinions on that. Overall, your thoughts and your opinions of WrestleMania so far. So, as I mentioned, we made it through match number 4, WrestleMania, and your thoughts on WrestleMania as a whole, as by then. But other than that, pretty decent show going in so far, right? Nothing, I mean, minus the Page moment, which I thought was great. Pretty solid, pretty decent going in ready as we get into match number 4, WrestleMania. All right. And if you're watching live on YouTube and you're watching live on X, and if you're watching live on Twitch, right there's a poll right there. You can give me a little thoughts, your opinions of night number 1 WrestleMania. Also have another one on X as well right now. And here is the current poll numbers on X. If you're not on here, 16% thought it was a great WrestleMania night number 1. My God, 53% said WrestleMania night 1 was pretty bad. 31% said it was meh. This is on my Twitter page. So right now, this is your thoughts and your opinions on Twitter. But if you're watching live on the live stream, you can vote right now on your thoughts at WrestleMania Night 1 as a whole. But right now on Twitter, 16% thought it was a great WrestleMania night number 1. 53% said it was a bad night number 1. And 31% said it was meh. So you have your chance right now on live on streaming for your chance to number 1. All right. Very good. Let's move on next here. Gunther, the Ring General versus Seth freaking Rollins. Okay. So I said there are going to be 2 matches on this card I was looking forward to watching. This was one of them. 15 minutes and 45 seconds of a match here. Now let's remove this photo here, courtesy of WWE.com. We posted up here of Gunther and Seth freaking Rollins. Now, I was not able to get the photo of the match, but I can give you guys the photo of the WrestleMania card match right there. You know what, man? This match was hard hitting. Both guys went to war. These guys had some stiff shit throughout this match. Man, these guys went to war. And talk about the power bomb Gunther gave Seth Rollins tonight. Gunther giving Seth Rollins the power bomb. And, I'll give you guys, oh, by the way, today is, I was about to grab my wrestling ring. Happy Record Store Day, by the way. If you're, I know I'm going off the tangent here. Happy Record Store Day. Got myself a Motorhead. I got myself a Kiss record. Happy Record Store Day. If you give a rat's ass, you celebrate records. All right. Now let's get back to, I know my ADD is kicking in. All right. I got a wrestling ring here. I got a NXT wrestling ring toy my son plays down here. And so a little visual show and tell here, right? My NXT toy ring here. When Gunther powerbomb Seth Rollins right here. The most hardest part of the ring. The most hardest part of the ring, minus the steel post, right? Minus the steel post. The hardest part of the ring, of course, right here, the edge of the frame of the ring. Take a power bomb, Gunther to Seth Rollins. But yet better, Gunther gave the power bomb right on the edge of the announce table. So back to back, right on the spine. You got the ring apron power bomb, and he had the edge of the announce table. Okay, back to back. Now Gunther was ready to give a power bomb of Seth Rollins through the announce table. Now that did not happen. Okay. Eventually, Seth Rollins, can't remember if it happened or not, but I think Seth Rollins gave a pedigree to Gunther, which I think it went right through the announce table, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, man, hard-hitting match. These guys went to war. The unfortunate part, Seth Rollins was choked out. Now, there was a point in the match we thought Seth Rollins was ready to make Gunther pass out. He was this close from making Gunther pass out. But Gunther, his feet was close enough to the ropes. Again, back to show and tell here with my wrestling ring here, really. He was so close. He was so close from taking him out, right? The wrestling ring is here. Gunther feet. God damn. Okay, so here we go, like this, right? Here's the top rope. His feet was so close. He managed to get his feet rope, break the count, break the chokehold on his ass, which gave life. It gave power, gave the strength back to Gunther. And eventually, the tides were turned. The tides were turned, and eventually, the reverse, or the roles got reversed. Gunther put the chokehold on Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, unconscious. The ref lifted up the hand. The hand dropped. Ding, ding, ding. Gunther, here's your winner. And defeated Seth Rollins. So Seth Rollins lost. Gunther won. Paul Heyman got what he wanted, right? Gunther made it very clear to Paul Heyman, if I do your work, I expect a favor. So again, more questions, less answers. The Raw after WrestleMania is the place to be to get your answers. And hopefully we'll get an answer from Paul Heyman this coming Monday on Raw. Well, what favor is Gunther going to get? What requests Gunther is going to get for helping out Paul Heyman taking out Seth Rollins? He did his job. He did his job. By the way, I love the Seth Rollins entrance. He had like an alien eyes, all blacked out, like an old soul in his body. Anyway, it was pretty damn cool. But you know, I enjoyed this match, man. This match was pretty hard hitting. Great WrestleMania match. As I mentioned, 15 minutes and 15 and 45 seconds of the match. I've given rat's ass on time. So overall, your thoughts, your opinions on this match. Was a thumbs up, thumbs down? Was it good? Was it bad? Your thoughts and your opinions on this match alone. All right, up next, a Women's World Championship match here. Up next. Liv Morgan coming out to her music video entrance, like a Britney Spears style of an entrance. Yeah. Well, you get what I'm saying. Don't laugh at me. Anyway, she came out with her own music, whatever the hell she did. And then out comes Stephanie Vecchio. She looks good and she looks great. I love the red roses, confetti, whatever the hell's flying around. Pyro's going off. She looks good. These ladies, I was looking forward to this match as well. This is another match I was looking forward to watching. And these ladies went to war for 9 minutes exact. And these ladies went hard hitting, of course. Stephanie Vecchio gave her the ass kiss death, whatever the hell you want to call it. And these ladies went to war. What was the end results, G? Well, very simple. You see this clip here, courtesy of WWE.com. Well, that's not the right clip I had saved, but you see right there that badass drop kick, or at least a kick from Liv Morgan to Stephanie Vecchio this evening on WrestleMania night number 1 in Las Vegas, Nevada. And, boy, Liv Morgan picked up a big, massive win by pinning Stephanie Vaquer to become new WWE Women's World Champion, Liv Morgan. 3 championship changes. All 3 of them are from the women's roster. Literally, the women's roster. I hate to jump ahead here, but there was no title change in the main event. Spoiler alert, but we'll get to it momentarily. But all the title changes were on the women's roster side for night number 1 for WrestleMania. And Liv Morgan, she's your new women's world champion. Dirty Dom came down to celebrate. And yeah, man. What's next for Stephanie? Will she get back in line for the Women's World Champion? Raw after WrestleMania or down the road? We'll have to wait and see on that. Who's going to step up for the Women's World Champion is yet to be seen. Again, more questions, less answers. We will find out on the Raw after WrestleMania. But this is a pretty solid women's match, man. I enjoyed it. Hard-hitting, straight to the point. 9 minutes exact. And the results was Liv Morgan winning and become the new women's world champion. So congrats to Liv Morgan. So there we go. And by the way, they were your women's co-main event match alongside with the main event, which was between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. By the way, congrats to Bianca Belair, which I was hoping she was going to be part of WrestleMania. I talked about this in my previews of prediction. I was hoping she would come out, but at least wrestle. And I'm glad she was at WrestleMania, but I'm glad she was not part of it because there's a good reason why she was not part of the WrestleMania festivities or activities, to be exact. She came out and announced the world that she showed off her baby bump. She's about to have a baby. Amazing, right? A baby reveal at WrestleMania. We don't get those very often, so a baby moment at WrestleMania, pretty damn cool. And congrats to Bianca Belair, become a mom. And so we got Naomi and Bianca Belair out there raising some young future WWE superstars. And pretty cool, pretty damn cool, man. And it's great to have that nice WrestleMania moment. John Cena came out all handsome in the tux, looking good, slick hair, telling the crowd there's 50,000 plus. Still a lot of people. I would hate to go find a bathroom after the show or leave the parking lot. So if you know what, man, for being at the Allstate Arena in Chicago, I hate getting out of there. I hate it. I hate going to the bathroom. Lines are down the fucking aisle. And fucking lines are just lined up just to exit the parking lot. It's like an hour long. Imagine 50,000 people running out that goddamn building. Screw that. I'm happy I'm home to watch the 50,000 get stuck. Yeah, hell yeah. So anyway, let's get the main event time. Oh yeah. Cody Rhodes. You know what, man? Pat McAfee. Right. So, they thought they're going to make the people happy. Make the people happy, right? People bitching about Pat McAfee getting involved in this match. Everyone bitch and complain. I had my bitch and complain, my fair share. And I gave you guys a valid reason. Where is the history between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton? Where's the 20 years history? Me as a fan watching Cody and Randy, seeing both guys from the very beginning, a very young Randy Orton, at the Allstate Arena, back in 2003, 2004, the OVW era, the Deacon Batista. I was there for the very first John Cena's match. I was there as a kid watching his OVW class. I was also there for, and I talked about, check out the podcast. I did a 25 years at the Allstate Arena. All the matches I seen, all the pay-per-views I went to, all the live events I went to. And like we talked about, there's two guys I was there since the very beginning. Well, handful of them. John Cena was one of them. Randy Orton, I've been there since the very beginning, including the formation of evolution of Ric Flair and Triple H and Batista. Being there for Cody Rhodes, who was part of the dark match, which, by the way, I'm over the damn place here. I love the Randy Orton entrance tonight at WrestleMania, the whole Viper around the whole, the stage, and pretty damn cool. The Cody Rhodes entrance. You love the guy or you hate the guy, okay? You may love Cody, you may hate Cody, but you cannot tell me that entrance tonight was badass. It gave me a fucking Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy feeling. Yeah. If you're a SpongeBob fan, you know what I'm talking about. There's suits hanging in the back, fucking in the case. It's like Iron Man, man. All the suits is in a case. You're walking into a fucking layer, right? A superhero's layer of all the suits hanging in the box. That was pretty cool. And I loved it, man. They showed the history of Cody Rhodes, and they had a photo to back it up. And it gave me all the memory as a fan, seeing Cody Rhodes live in person, seeing the very young Cody Rhodes in those green-ass trunks, seeing the dashing Cody Rhodes with the face mask, don't touch my pretty face. I was there as a fan watching him live. Like, all this was a throwback for me, and probably for you as well, of all those Cody memories. Of course, they skipped over well, I'm surprised they brought up Ring of Honor. All right, they had a Ring of Honor photo, which I was there. You see that photo right behind me? See that little photo right behind me? That was from a Ring of Honor show, signed by the man himself. And there's a photo. Let me see if I can get my fingers right onto the live stream right there. Yeah, nope. This way. So this right here, this finger is signed at a Ring of Honor show. The one next to it was, of course, he had the dark hair, right? The long pants there. Yeah. Yes, I know. I got a bunch of Cody shit behind me because I love Cody. I've been following him since day one. And, as a fan to watch him out through history, seeing those photos, man. I mean, again, of course, that photo you see behind me, was at a Ring of Honor show. And that was the same day the All In went on sale. And I bought the tickets the day of meeting Cody, get the autograph signing. Meeting the Young Bucks, meeting Cody, them telling me, did you buy your tickets for All In? Yes, I am. I will be there. To seeing him in AEW, to see making his return back to WWE a couple years ago at WrestleMania. So, Cody has a deep founding history and career in my heart as a fan. Okay. Despite you hate him, you love him. Right. For me as a fan personally, Cody Rhodes has been a big part of my life. Right. Same thing with John Cena. I was there for his first debut match at, the Ruthless Aggression. John Cena has a near dear heart in my heart as well, alongside with Cody. So, the same thing with Randy Orton, man. I've seen some brutal matches with Randy Orton, him and Triple H, No Mercy, back in like 2007. They showed those video packages of Randy, like, God damn, I remember those. And we saw the throwback tonight, which we'll get to the very ending of this match, a throwback, the Randy Orton kicking his opponent right in the head. But, that Cody Rhodes entrance was pretty badass. Why that history, what we saw in Cody Rhodes, should have been in the storyline. Not just for Cody, but both. And of course, they had a great video package in the countdown show between Cody, between Randy, of the history. The sad part is WWE fumbled this freaking storyline. They fumbled it big time. Why wasn't that story transcribed throughout the storyline leading up to WrestleMania. That's the crazy part for me, man. That's the crazy part for me. Like, why wasn't this story being transcribed throughout this entire build at WrestleMania? And, I'll take it as what it is, man. It's unfortunately we can't hit the undo button. We can't get the universal remote and go backwards to start over again. What happened. Unfortunately, when we look back at this in 20, 30 years, we're going to ask yourself, man, that was a pretty shitty buildup with Pat McAfee. They just kind of left this fucking story alone between both of these guys going up to WrestleMania. And anyway, both guys came down to the ring. Pat McAfee came out. Pat McAfee got laid out by a jelly roll. God bless Pat McAfee. They should gave him more than the neck brace of jelly roll fell on his ass. They should have fucking put a whole cast in his whole body if jelly roll fell on his ass. I'm sorry, I know I'm a dick, but if you had jelly, if you saw a jelly roll ready to jump on, if you look up and you saw a fucking whale about to jump on you, please, Lord Jesus, please, I hope I make it alive. I know I'm such a dick, but do we need more jelly roll? Do we need more of them in the WWE? It's bad enough that we got jelly roll being part of the LGN Series 3, which is just coming out for pre-orders. And if you know me, I'm a big, you see all the action figure collectors. I'm an action figure collector, man. I'm a mark, whatever you want to call me. I do collect all figures, including the old school LJNs and the new ones. When I saw they revealed that Jelly Roll was part of this LJN Series 3, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? Anyway, man, Pat McAfee was gone. Right, Jelly Roll took care of the Pat McAfee issues, and eventually they ended up stretchering Pat McAfee on the stretcher and wheeling his ass out. Now, I'm like, okay, we got ourselves a wrestling match here now, and it was a pretty goddamn good wrestling match. Right, no interference, nobody's gonna get involved. We got two great wrestlers going toe to toe. 20 years of history going to war. The Michael Cole said on the color commentary on television, he said, by the way, with all the rumors, which I didn't hear any rumors, I don't know what rumors been going around, maybe backstage. Hey, you heard Randy hurt himself and his back hurts? Oh man, we gotta tell Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy in catering, Randy Orton's back hurt. Come on, man, what the fuck? You think I know? You think anybody know? I don't know. But according to Michael Cole, the rumors were Randy Orton has an injured back and may affect his performance in the ring, which it did. And they mentioned it. Of course, Cody Rhodes had a great, maybe a first half of the match. Show a little bit of dominance. Show a little bit of aggression. Ruthless aggression, right? Cody Rhodes gave 0 fucks tonight to Randy Orton. And Cody Rhodes, man, went to Pound Town, man. He pounded Randy Orton's ass tonight. And, I love where Cody Rhodes gave the Randy Orton vintage DDT to Randy Orton. And later on the match, Randy Orton stole something from Cody Rhodes, gave him the crossroads to Cody Rhodes. Nice little touch there. You had Cody Rhodes managed to get Randy Orton busted up. I think he went head first into the steel post. These guys went outside of the ring, went through the announce table. Of course, we had a referee spot. And if you notice that tonight, The referee got taken out. And I'm like, oh, ref spot. Somebody's going to run in. Anytime you see a referee get taken out, you see all 50,000 heads are turning to the stage. Who's going to run out? Including myself. And I'm like, all right, Pat McAfee or The Rock, somebody's going to run out. And you see Pat McAfee running down the ramp. So Pat McAfee came running down the ramp with a referee shirt on, his shoelaces untied. He got a neck brace around his neck. And another interesting point I saw was Cody Rhodes. You know, I thought Randy Orton was going to low blow Cody Rhodes in the balls with the ref taken out, but it was the opposite direction. Cody Rhodes kicked Randy Orton right in the balls. And eventually the tides turned. Pat McAfee got involved. And well, we thought we had Randy Orton was going to, 1, 2. Pat McAfee gets to 2. Cody Rhodes kicked out. And I'm like, oh, shit, man. Randy's not going to win the title now. No. And again, we talked about this in my previous prediction. Okay. And there's another thing I forgot to talk about a previous match. We'll get to it momentarily. But another thing I talked about this in my previous prediction, the WrestleMania crowd. It's an international crowd. It's not a Las Vegas crowd. It's not a California crowd. It's not a New Mexico crowd. It's not a West Coast crowd. It's an international show. You got people around the world flying to Las Vegas for WrestleMania. I made it very clear in my previews and prediction that Cody Rhodes is going to get his ass booed. Okay? People are getting tired of the superhero Cody Rhodes. People are getting tired. Or at least the WrestleMania international crowd doesn't like Cody Rhodes. Unfortunately, that's what we got tonight. I made it, and my sister just texted me. She's like, I don't like the decision what they made tonight. I'm like, I cannot say I don't like that, which we'll get to momentarily. But again, I back to the WrestleMania crowd. They booed the shit out of Cody, right? Despite the badass entrance, they don't give a fuck about Cody. They don't care. Right? You got people from Abu Dhabi, Saudi Arabia, right? You got people from the UK. You got people from Ireland. You got people from Canada, people from Mexico, people from fucking, Des Moines, Iowa. You got people from Waterloo, Italy. You got people flying to Las Vegas, and you got a mixture of a bag of a crowd. Don't give a fuck about Cody Rhodes tonight. I hate to break it to you, but the fans didn't like him. And anytime Cody Rhodes get advantage on Randy Orton, he's striking him, he's punching him, when we saw the camera shot of Randy Orton bleeding on the forehead, he's just pow, 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 beating the shit out of him. That crowd was fucking boo! Fuck you! Right? And yeah, man, people didn't give a shit about Cody. Eventually, Pat McAfee got involved in the very ending of this match, which caused Cody Rhodes to what he did, crossroads, or he did his finishing move, which Pat McAfee got involved, and I think Randy Orton gave Pat McAfee an RKO, which affected that moment, which pretty much, we kind of know that now Pat McAfee's, jacked up Randy Orton's WrestleMania championship opportunity. And Cody Rhodes hit his finishing move, pinned Randy Orton. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. Cody Rhodes pinned Randy Orton to retain the WWE Undisputed World Champion. Okay. Again, I was hoping that Randy Orton was going to win, right? I said I was hoping he was going to win. You know, if Randy Orton's plan on slowing down, maybe plan doing a one big massive run. Well, I don't know. I guess they're going to a different direction. I guess. Whatever WWE. Again, more questions, less answers. If we find out on Monday Night Raw, if not, we'll probably get an answer this coming Friday on SmackDown. Again, Cody Rhodes retained the world champion. Now, after the match, Randy Orton took out Cody Rhodes. He grabbed the title and smacked him right on the head. And, Cody was crawling on the floor, and Randy Orton had his leg ready. He was ready to punt the head of Cody Rhodes. And guess what? That's what happened. And fade to black, and WrestleMania night number 1 is done. So that being said, Randy Orton lose, Cody Rhodes retained the undisputed world champion. So that being said, what's next for Cody? Who's going to step up for Cody? Will Randy Orton get a championship rematch? Maybe Monday night? You know how WWE rolls. Hey, you lost your match last night at WrestleMania, so I'm going to give you a rematch tonight at Monday Night Raw in the main event. Yeah. I don't know. I think there's more championship opportunities in the future. I feel something in my gut. Maybe Randy will get a rematch. Maybe a Raw. Maybe a Backlash. But I don't think Randy's done with the championship opportunity yet. But I don't know. Again, I'm just masturbating here. Just kind of fantasy booking here. And who knows? Anything could happen in the WWE. And as I mentioned, I forgot one thing. We had the returning Braun Breaker, by the way. An impressive 50-yard run to spear Seth Rollins. So we had the returning Braun Breaker. We had Bianca Belair coming out pregnant. We had the surprise of Paige tonight. A lot of surprises, a lot of returns, a lot of good shit tonight, man. A lot of good shit tonight. And it's been a very eventful WrestleMania. Tonight's come back to me here really quickly here. Your thoughts, your opinions are, again, here's your final time to vote right now live on X, Twitch, and on YouTube. Your thoughts and your opinions are WrestleMania night number 1. Now that it's in the books, that is in the can. Now our eyes are focused for tomorrow evening for night 2 of WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas, Nevada. And hey, how do you guys watch WrestleMania tonight? I'm not asking what platform. Did you watch it from home? Did you went to a movie theater to watch it? Did you went to WrestleMania to watch it? Or did you have a watch party somewhere at a bar? Did you have a family come over? I know. At least I was with my family. Tomorrow I'm going to have my brothers and sisters and family coming tomorrow for night number 2. We're going to get some pizzas. So, it's a party, baby. It's WrestleMania, right? Super Bowl professional wrestling. And, yeah, man, night number 1's in the book. And let me check on Twitter here really quick here. And if anything changes when it comes to the WrestleMania poll here on X, nothing has changed. As I mentioned on Twitter, 16% said it was a great WrestleMania, 53% said it was bad, and 31% says meh. So there we go, man. WrestleMania Night 1 is in the books. And again, there's your final chance here on the live stream to vote right now. Your thoughts on WrestleMania Night number 1. All right, that is it, my friends. We're going to wrap things up here. An hour and 6 live stream. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching me, man. Of all those motherfuckers live on streaming right now, you chose me. So thank you for picking to join me here on the live stream. I appreciate you guys supporting the homie out here for independent small time podcast here, man. And I appreciate you guys for watching. Hit the subscribe if you're a first time viewer right here on X, Twitch, and YouTube. Subscribe to the podcast. Take the podcast to go. Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Into the Squared Circle podcast, see right above me. And that's it, man. Night number one's done. Do we have UFC on tonight? I think so. I don't know. I'm going to drink more beverages. I'm going to enjoy my rest of my Saturday night. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. An early WrestleMania ending means party hard, right? Right? Party on, Wayne. Party on, Garth. Anyway, join me here tomorrow night for WrestleMania night number 2. All right? So I'll be right here live tomorrow night, same time, same place, same bullshit. Night number 2. And, we'll have to wait and see how things play out for the main event tomorrow between not Cody Rhodes, CM Punk and Roman Reigns. There we go. A lot of wrestling matches on my brain here. Anyway, happy WrestleMania weekend. I hope you guys enjoy the live stream. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye, everyone, and be safe out there. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow night for night number 2 recap right here on Into the Squared Circle podcast. All right, peace.